Why did you need to raise that much money?
Thanks, Ed. Yeah, great to be with you and appreciate the congrats. I mean, we're really building the cutting edge of machine learning models today in order to create Pi, our conversational AI, and that requires vast amounts of compute. I mean, we're actually constructing the largest supercomputer in the world today, built on Nvidia's H100 chips. And that's obviously very expensive, but as a startup, it actually enables us to get the best of both worlds, have the kind of resources that you might otherwise expect in a big tech company, but also the speed, agility, and super high quality talent that you get when you bring together the kinds of folks that have been involved in building all the last generation of models at DeepMind, OpenAI, and at Google.
All the attention goes to Nvidia because they are participating in this round, Mustafa, but you are building the underlying LLM or foundation model using their H100 GPUs.
Yeah, I mean, we have an incredible partnership with them. They've been fantastic to us. Not only are they investing in this round, but they made us their key partner to get access to H100s, and we've built a really powerful cluster with them. Just a couple days ago, we announced that we have the fastest performing AI cluster in the world, and in a few months' time, we will have increased the size of that cluster to be the second largest supercomputer on the planet, which is just an incredible opportunity. And so we're super grateful for their partnership, but also the partnership with Microsoft. We use Azure. They have an incredible cluster there, and their AI infrastructure is also second to none.
Mustafa, when I bumped into you in the corridor of Bloomberg Technology Summit last week, I reminded you of something you said on stage about AI development being a meritocracy. You mentioned that in passing, but I wondered if you could elaborate on what you meant by that.
Well, it's a meritocracy in the sense that, the cutting edge is also being open sourced and made available to millions of developers around the world to adapt, innovate, and experiment. And it's kind of an incredibly interesting time because on the one hand, models are getting bigger and better, and on the other, they're also getting more efficient, smaller, and cheaper to run. So both directions of progress are really being turbocharged in this new wave of AI, and that's incredibly meritocratic, and we're seeing huge innovation at both ends of the spectrum.
Supercharged and in a meritocratic way, but you guys kind of have a big advantage in the access to the H100s and the compute that the GPUs provide. Is there a way you can kind of quantify the advantage for me? I think a lot of people will say, okay, we have Inflection AI and Pi. How is it similar and or different to OpenAI and GPT 3.5? What is the difference technologically and the goals as well?
Yeah, it's a fair question. So our most recent LLM, which is called Inflection 1, is actually better on all of the public benchmarks than Google's Palm 1, DeepMind's Chinchilla, and OpenAI's GPT 3.5, which is a great achievement for a small organization like ours. In terms of the total amount of compute that we have, the 22,000 H100s in aggregate represents 3 times more computation than was required to train GPT-4, according to the best guesses of the rumors online these days. So it is a seismic amount of compute, and it gives us an enormous advantage because we're really concerned with building the absolute cutting edge. Like, we really want to build the absolute best experiences in the world so that when you get access to your personal AI, Pi, it's going to be aligned with your interests and on your team, and increasingly be able to do useful things for you. It will book, appointments for you. It will plan holidays. It will, buy things for you and be a scheduler. And everybody's been waiting for that moment when the real personal digital assistant arrives. And we think that Pi, pi.ai, which is where you can access it online, is really going to be that assistant.
Mustafa, you use words like building. And I think about your past, your career, your time at DeepMind, Google. How important is it right now that you are basically moving from research to real-world introduction of a tool? A lot of people are calling to hit the brakes, right, on development. But that seems to be the point of differentiation, moving from development of future generations of models, or indeed the research arm, to having a product that businesses and consumers can use.
I mean, AI is now coming of age. I mean, this is going to be the meta technology of our times. It is going to be the technology that enables everything else, just like electricity or steam powered the last huge industrial, revolutions. And so that's very exciting for us because it's a very practical time. We're doing applied research. We're getting things to work in production and at scale with millions of users. And that's really the fun of it, is making these things very, very useful and seeing how they save time, improve performance, increase quality, and increasingly enable us to actually create completely new experiences that technology has never enabled before. I kind of think of this as a new sort of design material. It's a new clay that we can use to mold and create emergent, entirely personalized, and completely adaptive experiences, which are going to feel very unlike the kinds of static user interfaces that we've had of the past. I mean, today, a website is a website is a website. It's just static and 2D, and it stays the same. Tomorrow, your conversational AI is going to enable you to experience dynamic, real-time generated, personalized user interface, and it will feel really magical compared to what we've had in the past.
Mustafa, what scares you in all of this?
I think what's amazing about this technology is that it is the ultimate force amplifier, right? Wherever there is a desire to take actions in the world, to generate new content, people are now going to have access to a tool that makes that easier to plan and to create. And of course, that's going to lower the barrier to entry to create chaos. And some people, with bad intentions will choose to, amplify the disruption, unfortunately. But I'm pretty confident that the vast majority of people are going to use these tools for incredible good. And that where there are downsides, like, for example, the spread of misinformation or the growth of counterfeit people which imitate real humans, I think we're going to get control of that pretty quickly.
Mustafa, you're joining us from London. What are you doing in my old stomping ground, my hometown?
Well, this week coming up, we have a hackathon with our team. We relocate to a different city, every month or so. We get together and we work on a project. So you should expect some exciting new product features to be coming out in the next few weeks. It's just a great time to be building. So it's great to be here in London in the summer too.